like I was saying, we're gonna do a 30-minute mobility recovery type workout. So just movement-based, lower threshold stuff, 10 exercises. We're gonna do 10 reps of every exercise per side, if that's what it calls for. And then we're just gonna get through it, and this might not take us 30 minutes, right? But it's gonna be good movement on your off days. So first exercise, we're gonna do the first 7 exercises with the TRX fully shortened. So first exercise is a Cossack stretch. Now I'm gonna kind of go at different angles so you can kind of see what I'm doing here with the TRX. I'm just gonna get a couple of these out of here. Oh, can't get that guy out of here. So here's what we're gonna do. All right, so first exercise, we're gonna do the TRX Cossack stretch. All you're gonna do is go wide, and then you're gonna sit on one leg and let your toes from the other leg, from the long leg, come up off the ground. And then from here, I've got kind of a still bent arm reach. I'm gonna roll my butt around to switch leg positions. So I'm just gonna go behind and come back, and behind and come back. And we're just gonna do a few more of those and really feel that stretch all along the inside of that long leg. All right, we're trying to sit onto the bent leg and get that foot flat and just really be on the heel of the other leg. One of the things you'll see people do is come up and down, and there's nothing wrong with that. Right? We're just trying to gather a little bit more mobility in this lateral plane here. And then once we're through there, you can also come up a little bit just to get open here. All right, so next exercise, lunge and open. So we're just gonna go forward, arms extended out in front of us. Here, I'm gonna lunge with my left leg, and I'm gonna push my right arm up and over. So I'm trying to get that backside hip really, really open here. So left leg lunge, right arm up and over, and I come back and I'm just gonna reverse the process. Right leg lunge, left arm up and over. And we're gonna go back and forth. Really try to open up that backside hip, and make sure your lunge is still pretty. All right, just because this is focusing on mobility doesn't mean we try to change the quality of our reps here to make them crappy. All right, we want good quality reps as well. We'll just do 2 more aside from here. I think that's 1 more. I'm gonna back these guys up just slightly. Boom, and boom. And on that, you can see the light shine. All right, next exercise, hip hinge. I'll show you from 2 different angles. So I'm going to back up, put my hands down, arms extended just like this. I'm gonna slightly press down on the handles of the straps, and then I'm gonna push my butt behind me and let my arms fall forward in front of me. Right, so I am not pushing my arms in front of me, I'm letting them go in front of me. Big difference. So here's what happens when you push them in front of you, right? Look at my hips. I'm kind of falling forward, and gravity's gonna take me this way. Now what I want to have happen, as my dog's hair is in my face, what I want to have happen is I want to push my hips back so my arms fall forward, right? So I've got that really big hinge through the hamstrings, right? And now I'm elongating the backside. All right, so I push my hips back and push my hips forward. Now, if you want to make this a little bit tougher, and let's say we're in recovery, but let's say we want to just add a little bit to this, really push down into the handles, right? And all of a sudden, there's a much bigger demand on your body that way. All right, what most people do is they'll do this, and they may get it right. But if you want to make this thing worth your time, start to really press into the handles as you go down. We'll do a couple more. And you're really trying to get long, long, long as you push the hips back. All right. Okay, so in that same regard, we're gonna do that same position to start almost. All right, slightly bent legs, arms straight, pushing down into the TRX handles. All right, now I'm gonna do a golf swing. So I'm gonna open up, I'm gonna keep my face down, I'm gonna open up one side, and then I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna open up the other side, and then I'm gonna bring it back. So face stays in line with the body. I'm trying to open up that spine just a little bit and try to get really good thoracic mobility here. And again, if you want to make this more difficult, all we're going to do is just press down on those handles. Second round of this, I'm going to show you something that kind of pulls this movement together with some lower body movement as well. We're going to get a really good feeling, really good stretch here. Let's get a couple more each side. And we're good there. All right, next movement, figure four. This is one I like a lot. I'm going to stay on this side. You're going to start with your hands into your chest. So I want this positioning to be here, and when you let go of the handles of the TRX, you don't go anywhere. Right? That's where you need to be for this to work optimally. So what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to center. So I'm not going to stay like this. I'm going to center one foot, and then I'm going to lift the other foot in the air. I'm going to cross that leg over the ground-based leg. All right, so now I'm kind of stayed figure four. And then all I'm going to do is use this to help guide me. And I'm just going to sit into my figure four stance. So as I sit down, what I'm looking for is that big stretch right here, right in that outer hip and that glute medius. So one thing I can do if I'm not feeling it, a lot of times people will, if you watch my knee, watch my left knee, people will do this, right? And that's nothing, right? So a lot of times what you want to do is push that left knee, push that cross knee into the ground as you sit down. And then you'll really, really, really feel that stretch a lot more. And we'll go one more. And now we're going to do switch sides. All right, so again, we're looking to be able to stay upright without the help of this. And then we use this when we need it. Ooh, that side feels good. And we're looking to, what I like to do a lot, especially on my bad ankle, as I do this, I like to rotate my ankle just in circles like that. As you see my ripped shoe, my lovely dog Bruce got into that guy. Special ordered these shoes because I couldn't find them anywhere. And he's like, hey Dad, you know what? I'm gonna put my special mark on it and just take a chunk out of it. We'll get one more. All right, so there's that. All right, hip drop, another fun one. Actually we'll just stay right here. We should be good here. So I'm gonna go long arms, walk my feet underneath, and then from this position, I'm gonna try to get my shoulders down and back. From here, then I'm going to push my hips behind me and drop my head in between my shoulders. And then push my hips up, head comes out of the shoulders. All right, so push my hips behind, boom, hips back, squeeze the butt. So here, if you look at any position when we're like here, you're in a plank. So if you know anything about me, a plank means your butt's squeezed, abs are tight, shoulders are down and back. Right, so again, plank, and we're back. And we're planking, and we're back. Drop the head in between the arms. Hop up, squeeze, squeeze, come back, relax. Pop up, squeeze, squeeze, back, and drop and reach, and up and squeeze. All right, now, an iteration of that, side hip drop. So we're gonna start, sorry, that's a pet peeve of mine. We're gonna start with the straps on top of our head. We are side facing the TRX. So my inside foot closest to the ankle point is gonna be a little bit forward. Outside foot is gonna be back a little bit. All I'm gonna do, keep these straps right on top of my head. I'm gonna drop my hips, pull them back. All right, so I don't want to overextend and pull them like that. I just want to pull them to where there's a little bit of tension and then release. A little bit of tension and release. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm kind of sweating a little bit. If you really want to refine this move, look at my elbows right now. You can see my elbows are slightly forward. If I pull them back, it's gonna work on a little bit more posture, and this move is actually gonna become a lot more difficult. We'll get one more, and then you'll see it from the backside. All right, so again, straps on top of the head. I like to just kind of clasp my fingers together to start this out. Inside foot is behind, or inside foot is forward. Boom, here, drop the hips, pop them back. Now on this side, maybe you can tell that my elbows are a little bit more forward. I'm not too worried though. Sometimes we just need a lower grade of intensity when we're in our workouts. Let's do 2 more. And again, if you guys are counting, you know that I'm probably never right. Like 1 out of 10 times, my count is probably on. I'm not huge in the amount of reps you do because I'm more interested in quality of the movement. So we're gonna go into our mid-calf section here. Whoop. So that means take the foot cradles and get them right to about the middle of your calves when the TRX is right underneath the anchor point. So this one we're gonna do. We're gonna stick, I'm gonna start with my right foot in. So I'm gonna stick my right foot in both foot cradles. All right, that was a little too small for me, but start with this leg straight. I'm gonna hold on to the strap just for a little bit more balance because I am not a ballerina. And so what we're gonna do here, make sure you're lined up with your anchor point so there is not more issues of balance that come into play. And then all we're gonna do, ride that TRX out, get that stretch in this hamstring here, all right, get that stretch in that hip flexor on the back side. Boom, and then just bring it back. So we're not going to just hang out on this. All right, we're just gonna hold that top position, that far position for a count. Good stretch, and come back. Now, if you'd like to make this more about relaxation of the muscles, then you go out there, hang out for 20 seconds. Not interested today, so we're just gonna hold for a count and come back. So this is a good stretch to get ready to move, as well as for a regression or a recovery period when you're working out. Right? Because what this is called is a dynamic stretch, right? And just because it's not fast, doesn't mean it's not dynamic, right? It's moving and coming back. And we'll just switch sides. Again, I have no idea how many that was. Could be 7, could be 15, more likely 7. Because I want good ones. I want good ones. I don't want a lot, I want good ones. All right, same thing on this side. Boom. And you guys are gonna notice one side might be a lot more flexible than the other side. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, right? We're just trying to even that out a bit. Some of you guys have played sports, think about tennis, right? If you play tennis, more than likely, you're much more comfortable hitting this way than you are hitting left-handed, right? So that would mean the whole setup is different, right? If you're trying to make it even, you'd have to play left-handed just as much as you play right-handed, and most people don't do that. Think about baseball. Think about basketball. Do you shoot with your left hand, or do you shoot with your right hand all the time? Well, lefties probably shoot with their left hands, righties probably shoot with their right hands. So you're gonna have some differences in what each side of your body can do, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're just trying to have that continuous effort to make them complement each other. One more. All right, next one, bottom up squat. I'm gonna take this to mid-calf just for this exercise, just so we can see it in the camera. But bottom up squat, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start on the ground, all right, with our arms out in front of us. And we're kind of on our heels a little bit, so don't have it so you can sit flat on the ground here like this. Just slightly on our heels. What I'm gonna do is curl my hands to me so I can stand straight up from that squat position. And then I'm gonna start back down. So what I'm trying to do here is work this really low position of the squat. Really end range of movement in the squat. Because what most people can't do is get to here without this, right? So this is gonna help me get straight up and down. This is a great, great, great squat development exercise. So again, curl, so my feet are flat, and then I'm trying to not use this to get up. Okay, so again, curl to get my feet flat, trying to stand straight up. And back, we'll get a couple more in, curl, boom, stand, boom. Very good for developing the skill and that motion, that range of motion in the squat. One more good one. Great. So this last exercise, we could use a mat for. I'm such a great yoga person. You're gonna love this. I'm gonna show it to you from both sides. This one's child's pose. So if you want a mat, you can get a mat. I'm not gonna use one. You can either go in the foot cradles or in the handles, whichever one you feel more secure with. I'm gonna kneel. We'll go this way again. I'm gonna kneel right in front of my TRX, just a little bit behind it. Now from this position, I can either pull my toes in just like this, which most people are gonna do, right? I'm gonna sit on my heels, and then all I'm gonna do is slide the handles out in front of me, my arms out in front of me. I'm gonna drop my head, I'm gonna hang out. Now, if I want to, what I can do is start to lean from one side to the other side. And I'm kind of just like scrubbing that range of motion. Now I come back, boom, 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 and I come back out. Extend, extend. If I want to, I can bring that out as well. Come back, bring that out as well. Work on the range of motion and what you're supposed to be feeling here. Get a good stretch in this long side flat. Come back, and then really try to open up, and come back. All right, so that's all 10. All right, we're gonna go through them again. We probably won't do 10 reps. We'll stick it to like 5 here for this next round. I'm just gonna fully shorten the TRX again. And we're gonna start it all over. Cossack stretch, I'll show it to you from this side. I'm sure it'll look totally different. All right, we're gonna go wide, wide. Use the TRX to help us balance. Come around and back. Open, open. We'll do one more each side. All right, come back up. Lunge and open. Arms extended out in front of us. Long leg, opposite arm. Hop. Come back. Last one. hip hinge. So I'm going to show you a different variation of the hip hinge. So we're going to go one leg this time. Center that one leg that's on the ground, lift the other leg, still pressing down here. We're going to push our hips back, let our arms fall forward, and we come back. All right, this is great for people who are having trouble with balance stuff, one leg deadlifts. The TRX adds a little bit more support to where you can practice your balance on one leg. Oh. You guys are going to get a nice little visit from Galen Strawberry here. All right, golf rotation. I'm going to show you that extra step with the golf rotation. Little legs bent, right? Instead of just this one, we're going to go with the arm. So look at my legs. One leg becomes bent, the other leg becomes a little bit straighter. Then I can start to move everything. We got a lot of good rotation here. I want to make it really, all right? Now that range of motion may not be available to everyone. Totally fine. With time, that will improve. Figure four. All right, we're just going to slide right through these. Dip that knee down as you go down. All right, hip drop. Easy. Plank, plank, plank. All right, side hip drop. Inside foot forward. Again. She's gonna say hi, guys. Be prepared, be prepared. She's gonna do it. Fully lengthened or mid-calf. I'll do it from this side this time. Right foot forward, right foot in the foot cradles. And you can see this way. We're just going to hold for a count. Come back. Try to keep that back foot. What it's going to do, it's going to try to turn out. Don't let it turn out. We're going straight legs, both straight feet, straight out. Switch sides. Bottom up squat. I'm going to take it back to mid-length just for this because of the camera. And again, you're trying to work on the squat, right? So don't just pull yourself up through the handles because you can. You're trying to really try to get up through that bottom position through your legs and lower body. Right? It's cool to curl here, but when we come up, I'm trying to let go of the arms a little bit, right? Because I'm trying to work on the range of motion in the bottom of my squat. Let's do one more. Last one, child's pose. All right, we'll just do the normal child's pose. So sit on the heels, dig the toes into the ground. So top of the foot into the ground here. Reach out long, come back. It's gonna feel like you wanna hang out down here, and you can for a second, Come back. One more. Let's do one more and then one little arm sequence. So we'll go back, back, and there you have it. So there's your mobility and your kind of active recovery workout with the TRX. Do 2 rounds of that, you should be fine, and we'll meet up with you next time.